All right, so today we are going to do calculator practice. Our learning targets are to use calculator to find the inverse and determinant of a matrix, use a calculator to perform basic matrix operations, and then use REF on a calculator to solve a system of equations. So we are going to perform the indicated operation, and if it is possible, explain why. So if you want, it's up to you if you want to use this by hand or if you want to go ahead and do this using your calculator. So if you're going to use your calculator, we are going to plug in our matrices here. So I'm going to go to my matrix. It's right above x to the -1 there. I'm going to go over. I'm noticing that my number 1 there, it's a 2 by 3, 2 rows and 3 columns. So I'm going to go over and edit matrix A there, and I'm going to plug in a 2 by 3. So now I can put in 2 -5 divided by 2. 0. Row 2 there is 0, 2, 3. And then we want to multiply that, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to go in now. I need another matrix here, so I'm going to go into my matrices again. I'm going to go over and edit matrix B there. And my matrix B there is a 3 rows and 3 columns, is a 3 by 3, but I'm going to edit that matrix. It's a 3 by 3, so I'm just going to hit enter. And then my 3 by 3 there, row 1 there is 5, -3, 10, 6, 1, 0, and then row 3 there, -5, 2, 2. So then I can get out of that. I do like to do second quit. You could just go back into matrices there. So I want to get the name of A sitting there. So I'm going to hit enter, and then times matrix B. So it's A times B there, and I'm going to hit enter, and then that's my result there. So we can go ahead and write our result there down now. So, and I should have checked this to begin with. I've got 2 rows and 3 columns, and I've got 3 rows by 3 columns. It does match, so I'm going to end up there with a 2 by 3. And so now I can go ahead and bring up my calculator here again to get our results. So we end up there with row 1, there is -5, -8.5, 20. And then row 2 there is -386. So if we want to use multiplication on that, we can do that. We could do the same thing with example 2 there. So using example 2, I'm going to pull it up in my calculator there. But again, before I even do that, I should double check to make sure I could even multiply these. So looking at the first matrix there, I've got a 3 by 3, 3 rows, 3 columns. Over here, the second matrix there, I've got 3 rows and 2 columns. So the inners and outers there end up matching there. You got the number of columns in the first matrix matches the number of rows in the second matrix. So when I multiply this, I'm going to get a 3 by 2. So I could do that again. Could punch that one into my calculator there. So if I wanted to do that, I could go back into matrices there, and matrix is right above x, the -1 key. So second matrix there. My first matrix there, I'm going to go over and edit matrix A there. That's a 3 by 3. And I've got a 1, 1, 0 for my first row. Second row, 1, 0, 1. And third row, 0, 1, 1. One, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. That's not correct. Let me go back there and fix that. It's supposed to be 0, 1, 1. All right. So now I've got that matrix. I'm going to go back into my matrices there. I'm going to go ahead and get the next matrix. It's a 3 by 2. So I'm going to matrix B here. I'm going to edit the one that's down there. It's a 3 by 2 this time. So 3 by 2. Row 1 there is 1, 1. So 1, 1. Row 2 there is 2, 1. And row 3 there's 3, 1. So now I've got to go out of that. I'm going to do second quick because I want to get back to my empty document out here. So I've got a 2 there on the outside. That's the constant. And I want to go in and get matrix A. So the name of matrix A, so it's a 3 by 3. And then I'm going to go in and get matrix B of what I just put in there. So I'm going to go down to matrix B there. And then I can hit enter. And it's going to tell me my solution there. So I'm going to move my calculator out of there so we can write down our solution there. So row 1 there, we've got 6, 4. Row 2, 8, 4. Row 3, 10, 4. So 6, 4, 8, 4, 10, 4. So again, if you want to use your calculator to do that on the calculator portion of your test, you'll be able to do that next week on Tuesday. So, or whenever yours happens to be. So find the inverse of a matrix. I'm going to show you how to do that one next. So on your calculator there, you can simply enter in that matrix. So I can go second matrix. I'm going to go to matrix A there. Whoops, did that wrong. I'm going to clear this out here. So I'm going to go second matrix. I'm going to go over. I'm going to edit that matrix A there, and I'm going to change what's in there. It's a 3 by 3 this time. So I'm going to put in 1, -2, -4 for row 1. Row 2 there is 2, -3, -6. Row 3 there is -3, 6, 15. So to get the inverse here, so now I'm going to go out of this. I'm going to do second quit. I want to get the name of the matrix on the screen there, so I'm going to grab matrix A there now. We want to do the inverse. How you can actually do that, I can do x to the -1 of that, and that will tell me what the inverse of that matrix there is. And so I'm getting my solution there. So we've got -3, 2, 0. -3, 2, 0 for the first row there. And then our second row there is -4, 1, and then -2/3. And then we've got row 3 there. Gives us 1, 0, 1/3. All right, so that's all you have to do to see if something, to find the inverse of a matrix, is do that matrix to the -1 power. All right, so is matrix A there, the inverse of matrix B there?